Okay, Nick Collier here. It's the next morning. We're off and rolling. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, which is good because here in California we haven't had any rain at all. All the creeks are dry, and although it doesn't look like rain, but you know, hey, things change quickly around here. So, next step in our little project is this bar. We welded the sleeve to the bar yesterday. That's where we kind of left off. And now what we have to do is bring the axle in and set it up square on the bar so it doesn't fall over. And set that up so that the disc has a place to roll, and it also can rotate here. We need to square that up, and I'm going to come back around here and we're going to start doing that. First thing that we need to do to square up is go ahead and get this at least somewhat close to square. And then remember that little flat that I put on the other end of the bar here? Well, we're going to use that flat right now. Maybe. Alright, we'll loosen things up just a little bit and rotate until our bubble shows level, which it does now. Looks good. We're still pretty level right there. So we're set to go right there. Now all we have to do is get the bar, or get the axle itself to a level out, and then also clamp it. And we happen to bring a clamp with us. And back this off a little bit. Now we know it's reasonably level because it was able to balance there, but we want to make sure we're square with the bar here. So we're going to come in, and it's just slightly off. There we are. And that's square with the bar as far as I can tell. Let me make sure we're good down below here. Okay, so we're set, we're ready to go. I'm going to lay in a bead here and a bead here, and that'll lock the whole thing in place. And then, but first we got to preheat. I don't know, did you hear that? First we have to preheat. Just take it up to about 300, 350 degrees or so we can get a nice clean weld. There we go. How's it look down here? A little bit more down here. Yeah. Okay, so now let's bring this thing down and point you a little bit better. We're going to run a bead here and a bead back here. That'll be our first step. Set up our ground. Helmet on. Gloves on. And we're pretty much ready to go. Okay, we can take off the clamp, chip away at our weld, see what we got. This is probably the hardest kind of weld to do, going around weird corners and stuff. So what we're going to do is come in and do a fillet first inside, and then come back afterwards and clean it up. That's a good start. And you can see there where the metal's starting to get just a little bit too hot right there, and it's starting to dish. So we'll let it chill out a bit. We might be able to put one more pass in there just as a fillet, and then come in and do a full pass. There we go. And this time we'll start from this end and work our way that way. That was pretty good. Let's do the other side and see what we got. That should give us something. Yeah, not a bad weld. All right, let's have a look at it. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. Could use a little bit more down below there, but you know, I just want to just leave it like it is because it's a nice clean weld, and sometimes you throw something over the top of it and it messes it up. So back to this side, and we do the same thing once again. Oops. I'll be back. Now since we're here, I think we're all welded up. Since we're here, it's a really good idea. I'm already at about 400 or 500 degrees temperature. I need to take it up to about 800 to heat treat it. So why not at this point just take it right on up? Use a lot less gas, and you know, let's use the temperature of the welder to do the job. And in this case I could use the temp stick, but also all we have to do is look at the color of the shaft. And when it starts turning consistent blue, then we know that we're running at about 800 degrees. So, see how it's turning blue right there at the bottom? Okay, now we're just going to take the torch and run up the side of the shaft. What we're doing is we're going to oil harden this shaft. This is 8620, which is, you know, the stuff they make transmission gears out of. And since we're here, and since it's great hard steel, why not go ahead and heat treat it? And then we could wear out as many discs as we want, and this thing will still be sliding right along. Okay, see how it's starting to turn a little bit blue, everything? Just a little bit hotter, and I think we got her. Let's see what that looks like. That looks like we're getting close. Let's just call it a day with that. Now it's a little weak on this side though. Let me get a little bit more going. Rotate you around a little bit here and up, and you can see it's still white in a few areas, so we're going to just take this side up a little bit more. Alright, that looks better. Yeah, see, you're getting a lot of blue way up high here too. Okay, now I'm going to rotate you around. Let me back you up a little bit. Oops. I'm going to rotate you around to the oil bucket and drop this in the oil. And that's pretty much it. This one doesn't go in as well. There we go. And this one we just brought out of the oil, and you can see it has this nice blue surface to it, and all we got to do is kind of go in and file off the little dingle balls all over the shaft, and we're set to go. This whole shaft is ready.